Welcome back to Parking Lot Takes. That's Brandon, and I'm Christian.
And the Phoenician Scheme might be over, but the conversation's just starting.
Yes, sir, it is. We're going to be reviewing Phoenician Scheme.
Yeah.
The newest Wes Anderson movie that's been out.
Yes.
We're a little late to it.
We're a little bit. Well, we've seen it, but
Yep.
we're a little late to the review of it, I guess you could say.
Got overshadowed by How to Train Your Dragon.
Yes.
So, and then we're going to do a little bit of questions, and then I have a fun little surprise segment for you at the end here. So,
but before we do, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good.
How's your week been?
I'm tired.
You tired?
Yeah.
Just been busy?
Tired and kind of feeling a little bit mentally drained, just trying to keep up with all the editing and stuff. But we got rewarded last night. Had a good video pop off. Mm-hmm. Happy Father's Day. We're filming this on Father's Day.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All your illegitimate children.
Let's not put that out there.
But yeah, I'm doing good for the most. Yeah, I'm doing. I say I'm doing good, dude. I caught so many fish, dude. Freaking slaying it on the fly rod.
Today?
Yesterday.
Just
having it. I'm just killing it. Fishing.
I've been fishing too.
Really?
Yeah.
When?
I've been fishing all weekend, man.
This is dumb.
I have.
Did you really?
I've been fishing on Stardew Valley.
Dang. Oh yeah, you have a Switch. You joined the Switch community.
I joined the Switch community. I have played a little bit of Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And then one of the Joy-Cons is not working. The clicker on the right side. So
I'll fix that.
No, it's fine. I'm going to have to get a new one. But I can't play Stardew Valley.
No. Dude, I have Joy-Cons.
You do?
Plenty.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll fix that. So I got to the point where you go to the top of the tower for the first time to kind of like overview the... And you have to click the right one to like see everything. And I was trying it and I was like, oh no, this doesn't work. So I haven't progressed beyond that point. So I've been playing Stardew Valley.
I was about to say that's the wrong... You said a little bit of Breath of the Wild. I was going to say that's the wrong amount of Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
But yeah, no.
But now you know why.
Egg in my face. My bad.
But I've been playing Stardew Valley a bunch. I've always wanted to play it like... Because I played it on Xbox for a while, which is fun, but different experience. I want like the handheld. It's been fun. It's a great game. But yeah, that's cool. I've been fishing.
Is that your peak for the week?
That's my peak for the week, yes. Is playing lots of Stardew Valley in my free time. I wake up in the morning and I play for like 30 minutes. So
sweet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You want to talk about Phoenician Scheme?
Yeah, let's talk about Phoenician Scheme.
This is our review of Wes Anderson's Phoenician Scheme.
3, 2, 1.
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We're locked in at the same, I think. That makes sense. I feel like we both had the same kind of sentiment coming out of it. Are you a big Wes Anderson guy?
For the most part.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, for the most part. Let's talk about this movie. We can get into other movies.
Yeah.
So I think it's an 8 out of 10, but it is weirdly, I think, one of my top 3 Wes Anderson movies.
So I'm with you.
Because I don't think it's necessarily as good as Grand Budapest Hotel, but it's tight, it's quick, it's paced really well.
It's very fun.
And it's
you have
fun.
a really good fun time consistently throughout it, hence to the pacing.
And it might be my favorite. It might be up there at my number 3 spot for favorite.
I think it's my favorite.
Of all time?
I don't know if I will say it's his best.
Yeah.
But I think it's my favorite.
Nice.
I think it's the most fun I've had. This is going to sound crazy, but there have been some Wes Anderson movies where I feel like it's dragged out a little bit. And at certain points in the movie, I've been a little bored. While I like this style, I don't think the style carries me all the way through all of Wes Anderson's movies. And this one, I think because it's paced very well and it's very fun, and each kind of section of it has something very interesting going on, I enjoyed the entire experience. And I had the most fun with this one, I think, out of all of them. So I think this is my favorite one that he's done.
Yeah.
And that's why. And maybe because it is a little tighter, and I just kind of kept my attention all the way through. But yeah, I think this might be my favorite.
It's really good. Everyone
don't know if it's his best, but I think it's my favorite.
Yeah. Talk about a movie that slipped through, got a movie that got lost in the weeds with big box office
office, yeah.
So everyone go give Phoenician Scheme some love. It's really good. It's very fun. I think it is a very accessible Wes Anderson movie. I think it's very entertaining. You got to pay attention.
You do, though.
You got to be on it and pay attention. You'll miss stuff.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's got really good humor. Yeah. Michael Cera crushes it. It's very fun. I had a great time.
Oh, he's so great.
And it's just a blast. And it deserves some love. I think we're gonna get killed for saying it's our favorite over like Budapest Hotel, but
I no, like, let me caveat that. I think it's my favorite Wes Anderson experience. Like, I would go as far as to say it's maybe my favorite one overall. I think Grand Budapest Hotel is a better movie, but I think I just enjoyed this experience more. I don't know. I just like Michael Cera. Benicio del Toro is great. Like, I think just the cast and like the humor, this is probably, I mean, he has some funny ones, don't get me wrong. I mean, he uses humor a lot, but I just found this one very like delightful to watch all the way through. And I just think the experience has been the best one I've had. Have you ever seen a Wes Anderson movie in theaters? I don't know if I have. I think this is the first one. I didn't watch French Dispatch, and I didn't watch Asteroid City
I haven't
in theaters.
Never seen one in theaters.
So yeah, maybe I just like Wes Anderson more in a theater.
Nah.
No, I won't say that, because if it's too long, or if I were to get bored, I would probably struggle with it.
No.
And this one, though, it's fun.
Yeah, I consistently feel like Wes Anderson movies tend to be like 30 minutes too long. And
Really?
except for Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yeah.
That one's great.
That makes sense, yeah.
And this one, I think this one's paced phenomenally. I really enjoyed it. I think it's great. And Life Aquatic, I think, has this problem, but I like Life Aquatic. So for me, it's Fantastic Mr. Fox, Life Aquatic, and then it goes Phoenician Scheme. Life Aquatic has that problem where it's a little long and drawn out, but I still love it. The whole thing's a vibe.
Yeah.
I really like it. Bill Murray kills it. So that's just where I'm at. And I have seen some absolute, in my opinion, snoozers on the Wes Anderson end. But Fantastic Mr. Fox is my favorite.
Do you think Wes Anderson ever gets into the style over substance conversation? I've heard a lot of people talk about it, and I just wanted to see what you think. Do you think some of his movies lean more style than substance?
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I just think they just don't hit everybody. I don't know. I
think like his style doesn't always resonate with everyone, maybe?
Yeah. I think each movie, it's not a consistent style through each movie. Like, there's different style in each movie with a consistent theme. And it's like whether that theme is going to grab you or not. I don't think there's a single movie that lacks substance. I just think it might lack relatability.
Yeah.
So ability to relate or assimilate or whatever. Specifically, the one I'm thinking of with Adrian Brody and Owen Wilson and
the early one,
the Dingeering Limited, I think.
Yeah,
that one just never got me. But there's a sweet sentiment there with brothers and family and brotherly love that I just feel like I missed out on, just not having life experience.
Yeah.
But I never say they lack substance. And I don't think he prioritizes style. I just think he is very good about telling the stories he specifically wants to tell.
Yes.
And doesn't compromise. And so that's what I more so think of. And I'm willing to admit it just doesn't hit for me in a sense.
Yeah, I'm not like the biggest like Wes Anderson cinephile. I haven't started watching his movies until like 3 or 4 years ago. Like, I just never really watched his movies. So I'm new to it. But I think when I hear people say that, I think you make a good point. It feels like when they say style over substance, they say there's still really good style in his movies, but something that didn't keep my attention. And that's what they mean. So it's not that there's no substance. It's just the subject matter did not carry its way through and hold my interest. That's what I think. Because I feel that sometimes, I will say. I would say style over substance, but I will say while he still has his good style, some of them are a little boring to me. Just a couple. Most of them are pretty good. But yeah. It's a fun movie, though.
No, Phoenician Scheme is awesome. I'm going to go again for sure. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. It's very good. All the acting is very good. It's very fun. It is, again, tight. Yeah. It's paced super well. It's funny. Just pay attention. Yeah. Good night.
There's a lot of little
There's moments. A lot of little things.
Yeah.
But, man, it's so fun.
It's a shame it came out when it did. If this had come out in, like, February, I think it'd be a whole lot more talked about. But it's just wrapped up in like the summer blockbuster season. Are we done talking about it? Yeah.
Okay. I have a random thing I want to say.
Yeah.
And you made me think about this with your question. And I think the style over substance thing, it made me think about that because I think there is a very specific problems movies have.
Yeah.
Where almost in every other medium, in every other medium that exists, there's like things built for like designed and made for a very specific audience. And I feel like people feel like movies are the only exception to that. Does this make any sense where I'm going with this?
It has to cater to a wide audience.
It has to cater to everyone or it's bad.
Yeah.
Whereas I think about a project like She-Hulk, right? The MCU show, everyone hated it. But in reality, it's very comically accurate. And
it's very genre specific. Up
until this point, if it was in the She-Hulk comic, is it have that problem? Because if you just don't like the She-Hulk comic, you just don't read it.
Yeah.
So that's just what you do. Whereas movies, it's like, no, don't make me watch something bad because I can't stand not watching something.
Yeah.
I have no idea what, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, we can't stand to just be like, this is not for me, I'm not going to see it. And I understand there's exceptions to the rule and all of these things.
Yeah.
But mainly that makes me think about this because it's like, She-Hulk, it's not exactly what I wanted to be, so it sucks.
Yeah.
But it's, in my opinion, I don't think it's really as bad as people made it out to be. And I think it's very faithful to the comic. And guess what? That person just wouldn't probably read the comic and go on with their life. And would they spend all this time like crapping on it? Probably not.
Yeah.
But it's like weird that movies and TV get this treatment, whereas a lot of like books come to mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
The amount of research people do, myself included, before they read a book to make sure it's something
that I would enjoy.
Exactly.
Is this like a very fantasy fiction novel?
Is this up my alley?
Yeah.
Questions people ask themselves that do not. I think the majority of people don't ask themselves before seeing movies. Is this for me?
Yeah. They just say, I hope this is for me.
Yeah. And then they hate it if it's not. And then, So that's almost how I think about that question you asked was, it just might not be what everyone expects. I don't know what the frick to expect going into a Wes Anderson movie.
True,
I have no idea what to expect from this.
Yeah.
So.
The only genre I think that gives a pass is probably horror. People don't, they know this is very genre specific.
That's a great point.
You either like horror or you don't. But nobody goes to a horror movie and says, is this for the wider general audience?
Yeah. It's very specific.
Very genre specific.
Good point.
That's the only one that I think gets a pass. But if it's action, if it's drama, if it's comedy, it can't be like a very specific genre. It has to be for everyone.
Yeah.
So that's a good point. Yeah. They do that with movies. Yeah.
You want to go on to questions?
Yeah, let's do questions. All right. You start us off. We're going to do a little cute and takes, some fun questions. I've got a couple light ones and then a couple really hard ones. You're going to have to really think about it.
What was your favorite thing about the live action How to Train Your Dragon?
Ooh. The relationship between Hiccup and Toothless.
Nice.
Which is what you love about
something specific about the live action.
Oh. You know what? Here's what I'll say. The specific thing I like about the How to Train Your Dragon live action is Gerard Butler's performance is stoic. I think it shows more in the live action because Gerard Butler's able to kind of like do something interesting with his facial expressions and his line delivery. And he doesn't just copy what the animated movie does. He does add to it. And I did really like that. That was the one thing I probably noticed the most.
Sweet.
What was yours?
Probably when Hiccup took Toothless to the pound and went to college. Off Burke,
I do remember that.
Burke specifically.
Yeah, I remember that. Uh-huh.
To study dragons.
To study dragons, yeah. Wow, you were really hurt by that one.
A lot of people are hurt.
That's such an L, dude. Such an L for Disney. Like, come on.
You know who the director is? Dean Camp.
Yeah.
You know who his wife is?
No.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be. Do you know who I'm talking about? Ralph.
Oh yes, yes. Oh my god. That's wild.
What's her name in Parks and Rec?
Mm-hmm. Oh, what is her name? Oh, that's interesting. It is really funny.
Oh, wait. Not what? The heck? Who am I talking about? John Ralphio.
Oh.
John Ralphio.
Yeah. It is funny that we got Lilo and Stitch and How to Train Your Dragon in like a 2-3 week span.
Yeah, Mona Lisa Saperstein in the show, but she is played by
I can't remember her name.
Jenny Slate.
Jenny Slate, yeah.
And she's married to Dean Camp.
That's funny. Interesting.
Big L, Dean. You should have asked your wife what to do.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people being like, hey, Disney, here's how you do a live action remake. Take some notes. Which is funny.
They're divorced. My bad.
Point on the board, baby. Let's even the odds. That's what I need to do. I need to come up with ways to trip you up.
I'm not technically wrong.
No, you're wrong.
They were married.
You led with they're married.
I said, you know who his wife is?
Currently. That's present tense.
Well, hang on. Before I put a point on the board, I want to confirm.
What if they were never married? That'd be crazy. Yeah, that sounds like present tense to me. Wait, what do you want to confirm? That's wild.
Yeah, they're not married anymore. I don't feel like I should have the point for that, but it's fine.
5-4, baby. Oh, were you at 2?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you were. Dang it. I was hoping. All right. You mean hit you with mine? My question?
Yep.
Watching a movie at the theater? What? What? Why do I get 6 out of 3?
Because you were wrong about Rocky.
Who's it directed by?
John Alvinson. Who did Rocky, or who did Rocky and Karate Kid.
That makes a lot of sense.
All
though.
3 of them.
All 3 Karate Kids?
Yep.
Wow. I knew Stallone wrote it. For some reason, I thought he directed it too, though. Maybe I'm just assuming because everybody was like, it's his passion project. Like, he had to get it off the ground. Like, he funded it and stuff. That he directed it too. But that's one of those things in like the John Krasinski with A Quiet Place conversation where they talk so much about Sylvester Stallone and it being his baby that I think I just assumed he directed it. You know what I mean?
But it's not, because John Krasinski directed it
but didn't write it. So it's like the kind of the opposite. Yeah. That's funny though. No. You know what I mean by that.
This is a counter of every time we say something wrong on the podcast or the show. Frick. No, that's okay.
Yes, you get a point. No. Every time one of us says, no,
anyway,
I just shouldn't say that.
So, please leave a comment on what the punishment should be at the end of the year.
Please no.
All right,
we will
your
choose
question.
Carefully. Watching a movie at the theater or at home?
Oh, at the theater, hands down.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the theaters.
You think so?
Absolutely.
You prefer the experience?
Absolutely, hands down, go to the theaters.
I've got a lot of friends who prefer the at-home experience.
Here's what's whack. I would rather watch a movie in the theater, or I would rather, if it's not in the theater, I would rather watch it on my phone with earbuds in than on a TV. I have no idea why.
That's
no clue.
Wild.
Just like how I like to do it.
Why? Explain that to me, though.
I think it's because I like the theater because it forces me to sit and focus. Whereas if I'm at home, I'm tempted to get up and do stuff so I can watch a movie. Or I feel like I get bored on the couch, and the theater really captivates my attention. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you.
I get that. Especially in today's world where you're so easy to scroll on your phone or check things.
And also, if I'm watching on my phone, I am not scrolling on my phone.
True, yeah.
So I don't know.
That's interesting because you can
iPad kid habit I've developed.
Yeah, I don't know if this. Yeah.
It might not be good. I have no idea, but it's easier. It's just easier for me to focus when I'm.
Yeah. Well, do you think maybe because your whole it just pulls in your focus a little more? Maybe. That's funny because I feel like you can never mimic the theater experience, but you can find ways to try with a TV. Get a bigger TV, get surround sound, and you can still feel kind of the atmosphere. Never captures the movie theater, but I would assume people would think, if I'm at home, I want to do it on the biggest screen possible.
To AirPods and earbuds.
True.
Surround sound.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just curious because I know a lot of my friends are movies are fun, but I would rather just be like sitting on like a couch, under a blanket, and I'm like, I just don't get that.
Nope.
There's nothing like the theater experience.
Agreed.
Hit me.
Who would win in a fight, Mr. Incredible or Captain America?
Ooh, might be Mr. Incredible.
I agree.
I think it's Mr. Incredible. I think he's stronger.
I think defeats alone.
Yeah. I mean,
Cap's faster.
Cap would be faster. I don't think the shield gives him any advantage in this fight at all.
Probably not.
But I think Mr. Fantastic would beat him. And, wow.
Mr. Fantastic.
What did I say? Captain Fantastic? Or did I just say Fantastic? No, that doesn't count.
Correct. Course correct. What are you saying right now?
What are you saying right now?
No.
What did I say?
Captain Fantastic.
Is that what I said the first time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct yourself.
It's Mr. Fantastic.
Brandon.
What?
Did you just have a seizure?
No, I was talking about Mr. Fantastic.
I understand
after
that.
I said Captain America.
I understand that. What movie is Captain Fantastic from?
I know. I said it wrong. I mixed Captain America and Mr. Fantastic.
Oh.
I was trying to say Mr. Fantastic.
The heck?
And I said Captain Fantastic.
I thought you had me thinking you were confusing Fantastic with Mr. Incredible.
No.
Which makes more sense than you confusing it with Captain America.
If I'm talking about them at the same time, like, you see what I'm saying?
Why no, I don't. It makes no sense to me, but okay. My brain hurts. Well, no, because Mr. Incredible and you saying Mr. Fantastic, dude, like...
Captain America, Mr. Fantastic, I put them together.
Right.
Unintentionally.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, you get it now.
Yes.
So you can see why that would happen.
Yes, but in the beginning, I thought you were confusing with Mr. Incredible because you were saying the names the same. They're like the same names structure-wise. Does that make sense?
Oh, I effed up. I did F up.
Okay. I won't add it to the board.
I kept saying it's Mr. Incredible. I said Mr. Fantastic.
That's what I've been confused about. I asked you, I said, what movie is he from? And you said Captain America. And I'm like, what the heck is happening? I was so confused. I knew it.
I was so convinced. I was like, no, Mr. Fantastic.
You were doubling down. He's like, you don't see how I can confuse it. I'm like, yes, I do, but I'm thinking about the other thing. All right.
That's funny.
All right, Jeremy Allen White. All right, I agree. I think Mr. Incredible is going to win in the end.
Yeah.
I just feel like Mr. Incredible, if he gets like a few punches in at like full force.
Yeah. I mean, Captain America is strong, but I don't think he's take like 2-3 punches from Mr. Incredible strong.
Well, if we want to like... Do we want to even think about Sam not having super soldier serum, but being able to take some punches from the Red Hulk?
Oh, dang.
Do you want to take that into account?
I was thinking Steve.
Do we include plot armor as a superpower? Because if we're doing
honestly, we might. You know what? Cap wins that. That's funny. No, Steve Rogers could hold his own.
I was thinking about something the other day when everyone was having the discourse about should Sam have taken the super soldier serum, and I just remember being like, he already has. Look what he does in this movie. He clearly has taken it twice.
We just didn't know it apparently.
I just didn't show it on camera.
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, Mr. Incredible.
Sweet.
I'm gonna give it to him no matter what. If I was a movie genre, what movie genre would I be?
Dramatic.
Explain.
What does that even mean? Okay, well, I guess like what's your favorite?
No. If my personality, if my persona was a movie genre, what would it be?
Yeah, this is where I'm falling short, buddy. I don't know. Can you give me some options?
You can go subgenre. Would it be
romantic comedy?
You think so?
Yep.
Why romantic?
Because I think you really romanticize how good looking you are in a very comedic way. In a very comedic way. And I think that your opinion of yourself is very high.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because
clearly you don't hear my inner thoughts.
Dude, I don't know what you tell yourself in the mirror. But to that, I don't know. Dude, I'm struggling. Do you have one for me?
I would say dramedy.
Dramedy? I'm dramatic. Yeah,
you are very dramatic, but you're one of the funniest people I know.
That's on the nose. That's really good. I failed you.
You're
I failed you
absolutely
today. I'm so sorry.
You went romantic comedy. That's so funny.
You're a romantic guy.
Oh, I am. Heck yeah. I mean, I bought you flowers the other day. I'm very romantic.
I'm sorry. I failed you.
I romanticize my looks. That's crazy.
Hang on.
You said that as I was mewing into the camera. I don't want this. Let's not make me thinking like I'm all that show lore. As I do not think I'm all that. I have never been that guy. And I sound pretentious in saying that. Well, thank you, Christian, for making me out to be that guy. I say I'm better looking than Jeremy Allen White one time, and everybody thinks I'm a freaking douchebag.
You're a disaster movie.
Because my life is a disaster. That's funny.
Do you have one in mind for yourself?
No, I have no idea what
I don't know. What do you do? What do you?
I'm boring.
What do you do?
Do
you do anything?
I have a podcast.
Okay. Delusional. That's one.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a psychological thriller.
I like that. You're a period biblical movie.
Period biblical movie. Interesting.
Dramedy.
You are a low budget
I'll go
Christian
rom-com.
film.
I'll stick with rom-com. I think you're funny, and I think Audrey thinks you're romantic. So, there you go.
Audrey does or you do?
Audrey does. Stop mewing at me.
Stop
mewing at me.
I guess I got to work on that.
I'm sorry. I failed you.
Should I take my hat off and show you my hair again?
I did not. I couldn't think. I'm
That's
sorry.
fine.
My
That's
brain
fine.
hurts.
Hit me with your next one.
Do you think I married up?
I don't want to answer that question.
Dang, that answers it for me, though. That's crazy. That was crazy. Yeah, you don't even speak. That answers it.
Am I going to marry up?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, that's facts. We both married up. Let's be honest.
Agree.
100%.
Plus, we're both
100%.
marrying people who aren't white.
True.
So that's like they're already way better than us.
Yeah.
So we level up.
We do level up.
Like our opinion matters.
What's funny is like I don't know if Audrey would technically.
I had to laugh.
She does it like
because that way someone didn't know someone knew I was serious. I wasn't serious. Yeah, I know what you're gonna say, but technically,
yeah. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, we definitely did marry up. Let's see here. Would you rather, if you were a film director, would you rather direct a bad Netflix original or a bad live action remake?
That's a terrible question. That's such a stupid question. That's like they both suck.
But if you had to choose one of them, which one would you choose?
Nothing redeemable on either one?
If it's in your filmography, you have to do one of them. And you just know it's going to be a stinker, but which one would you prefer?
Probably the live action remake because I could blame it on the studio.
Great answer.
All right.
That's fine. That's fair. If you just had to settle for having one stinker in your filmography out of
something where it's probably assumed I didn't have creative control. Mm-hmm. Which obviously, if it sucked, I didn't.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I mean, Guy Ritchie has a live action remake under his belt, so Aladdin. But people like that one. So
yeah.
I didn't care, but people like it.
It's so like middle of the road. I don't care. Whatever. Yeah. Go ahead. Hit me.
Does Krispy Kreme make the best donuts?
Hot take, yeah.
Not a hot take, cold take, because I agree with you.
Oh, good.
Krispy Kreme is donuts.
Slaps.
Everybody else who makes a donut is just trying to be like Krispy Kreme.
These like gourmet donut crap, don't care.
No, don't care. Parlor Donuts, nope. Sponsor.
We love you.
We love you so much.
So delicious.
And if you pay us money, I will say whatever you want me to say. But until that day is here, Krispy Kreme reigns supreme. Honestly, straight up. Have you ever had a homemade donut, like a locally sourced or made donut that you thought was better than a Krispy Kreme donut?
No.
No, me neither.
I've tried quite a few.
Me neither. And I had a conversation with Let's see if he listens to the episodes this week. Sean. We'll keep his last name a secret.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sean Stout.
Sean.
So yeah, this guy looks at me. He's like, no, this bakery makes the best donut on the planet. I was like, it's not better than Krispy Kreme. He's like, Christian, come on. I was like, no, I'm dead serious. He's like, it's so much better. I'm like, no, it is. Like, I was like, no, it is not.
No, people.
That is insane to me. It is straight up not. Like, it's real. I mean, straight up. The world disagrees with you. And I think it's awesome to think, like, well, I like it because you could say I like it because it's local.
Yes, that's the point.
Different.
That's different, though.
But it is not as good as a hot Krispy Kreme donut.
I think people give too many points for, like, locally made, gourmet, whatever you want to call it, like
and
shops.
I will give its flowers to being close.
Yes.
Hands down.
Yeah.
But let's not kid ourselves. Krispy Kreme does it the best.
Yes.
I had someone look at me in the face and go, oh, Krispy Kreme is the A word. They said, it's trash. Dunkin' Donuts forever.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Whoa. Dunkin' Donuts?
I know. I should take you to their grave where I buried them. And you could tell them that you disagree.
Holy cow.
Because maybe they could get over me absolutely murdering them.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
When's the last time you had a Dunkin' Donut?
Never.
I had one
straight
a couple weeks ago.
Straight up.
Awful experience.
I could be starving.
Not going to take
and
one.
I could see Dunkin' Donuts.
Let me die.
I've been let down so much. So many times. I've been like, well, this one looks good. And be like, this sucks. It's not good.
No, it's not.
It might be fine, but it's not a Krispy Kreme donut because they're the standard.
You take any flavor that like a locally owned shop does, maple and brown sugar, maple bacon, whatever. Krispy Kreme does it, it's going to be better.
So I've had, absolutely. I have had their croissant donuts, a local business around here made like a croissant donut. Mm-hmm. They had a salted caramel pretzel donut. That was close. That was close.
Yeah.
They were onto something there.
If you get me, one of my favorites is like the maple and bacon. If you give me a really good maple and bacon from like a local bakery or something like that, it'll be close. But dude, I think if you put a hot and ready Krispy Kreme donut in front of me and one of those, it's hot and ready.
And you know what?
It's hot and ready.
The second best
I'm
donut
shoving
next
that down my throat.
Yeah. The second best donut next to the hot original glazed donut is like a room temp chocolate glazed one.
Yes.
Like
W take.
They're so good.
They're delicious.
Dude, amazing.
Pick up a box from Publix, dude, still slaps. Oh my gosh.
All right.
I love you.
I know, dude. Yeah. It's like been it's been in my head rent free for a while, and I'm just like, there's no way people out there are like, Krispy Kreme sucks.
I genuinely think people just give credit to it being like local.
Yeah. Which is fine.
Yeah. People do that with like a lot of other things too, though. Like coffee like, don't get me wrong.
Well, what would you say?
No, I'm not. I'm saying...
Because Starbucks is not a good example.
No, I'm not going to say that.
Starbucks is bad.
But I'm just saying, like, there's certain types of foods and drinks that people, I think, give more points to because it's like a local, cool, aesthetic, like, place.
Sure.
Or makes cool aesthetic things. Coffee's not a good example because I think it's more often than not. Well, it's probably pretty much every time better if it's like a locally owned than like Starbucks or anything like that. But some people just give too much points for local. But
support local businesses.
Support local businesses, though. Not.
You could try. It's fine.
You just have to have a blend of both.
Yeah.
Indulge in your Krispy Kremes every now and then, and support local businesses.
Yeah.
Like us, join our Patreon. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
If you could change your voice's accent to one accent, what would you change it to?
Irish.
Give me a good. Come on. I know you want to.
I don't.
You know you want to.
I don't.
Come on.
What do you want me to say? Can you give me?
What's that dramatic line that we had on our last episode? Say it in an Irish accent.
I want to hear it.
Yes.
I don't have a good one. I don't have a good one.
Give me a good.
You think I wanted this? You think I chose to survive while everyone else burned? No. I endured it, and now I carry the ghosts, so you don't have to.
That's pretty dang good, dude.
Do you think so?
I think I'm not messing with you. I think it's not bad.
I think there's a.
I mean, if you're next to
here's what I think about accents. If you're gonna try to do an accent, go for what you think, and then tone it down, like to 6, and then you might just sound like someone who has a different dialect.
That's
you know
smart.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Some people go
when I was in
I'm
Ireland,
gonna do a British accent, and they dial it up to try and sound more like them.
Right.
But then they just sound like a caricature.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a good point.
So I think that like because when I was in Ireland, I really thought, there's people that are like the really thick, welcome to Ireland. Did you see what your president did the other day? Like, I'm like in the cab, like, no,
no,
I'm not from America. But then you get the people who are like really subtle, and it's very hard to notice, and it's just in a few couple syllables and here and there. And so if you just kind of like up and like move your tongue up to the back
just
of your
a little bit.
back of your in the top of your mouth, you kind of get the general gist. But then you start. It's hard to balance because you start sounding like a character.
Yeah.
And so you kind of have to. This is just my take as someone who is not proficient in accents. But as someone who did an accent in Ireland and got away with it for a little bit, that's what I think. And just in general, like same with the British accents, or you just tone it down a little bit. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe you're from a family where you have a dad from Ireland and you have a mom from America. Who knows?
I just wanted to give you a reason to do your Irish accent. You're welcome.
It's not great.
You're welcome.
Well, it's not good. It could be better.
All right.
You know what I'm excited about?
What?
Dude, I think what's his name? Sorry. I was thinking about this the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. There's a gnat on my ear. So, because John Lithgow is Dumbledore.
Great actor.
One of the few Americans who's going to be doing a European British accent versus the other way around.
Have we seen him in anything where he does one?
I'm
trying to think. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I've seen him in something where he is trying.
Well, just in general, like, typically American actors don't.
It's the other way.
Yeah.
That is interesting. He's a really good actor, though. Did you ever watch The Old Man with Jeff Bridges?
Yep.
He's in that. Mm-hmm. Really good. Does a really good job. Slept on one season of a show.
There's 2 seasons now.
I know. I'm saying that because I really like season 1. Season 2 is just kind of mad at me.
Cool.
That's what I mean.
What's the most embarrassing moment of your life?
Oh, gosh.
Obviously, I asked the most, but you just come up with the first one that comes to mind.
Embarrassing moment? Oh, my gosh. That's tricky. I'm trying to think of like a time where I like cried in front of people that I didn't want to cry in front of. Embarrassing moment. That's tricky. I think I threw the ball the wrong way in a soccer game in college, and I like a public game, and that was pretty embarrassing. What? So in soccer, now you do overhead.
Did you play soccer?
Yeah.
In college?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's what I was confused about.
I did 2 things wrong. One, you're supposed to hold. It's supposed to be back. You wind up and throw it. You can't just like hold it like in front of your face and like throw it. You have to give a clear like throw over the head. So I was like rushing to the ball. I had shoulder issues. I was struggling. Rough game. And my teammate was like to the right of me. And I was trying to throw it towards like where we were scoring. And I don't know what happened.
Wrong goal.
Yes. I went like this. Wrong goal. No teammate. Just to one of the opposing people. I don't know what happened in my brain, but I thought it was my teammate. And I thought I was going to my goal just the wrong way. And my entire team is just shouting like, what are you doing? Scores. I was so embarrassed. And it was like there was people in like the bleachers, like everybody saw it. I felt like the worst soccer player of all time. And I was like, this is so stupid. I don't know, just the biggest brain fart, but the fact that it was in front of like an audience of people, I was kicking myself for weeks. And I got roasted the entire rest of the season every time. Like anytime I would like I would throw the ball in, they'd be like, throw it the right way. Right goal. Like in the middle of games, and you say that. I'm like, that's
funny.
crazy.
That's hilarious. More of that, please.
Yeah, that was awful. At PCC.
Dang.
Little fun PCC story. Yeah. That was pre-Audrey, luckily, so she didn't see that. But I was single for a while. That was pretty embarrassing.
That's funny.
Yeah. I want to hear one from you now.
You want to?
Yes.
I got one locked and loaded.
Give me one.
This is probably the worst transaction I've ever had in my life.
Transaction? Yeah.
So here's the thing. I do not like it when things don't go according to plan or I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So one time Sierra just sent me to Target. She's like, hey, just go get a Roomba. So we were like going to get a Roomba. Like they have this one at Target. It's marked down. Just go get it. So I drove to Room. I was really excited about this robot vacuum. Mm-hmm. And I went in to... I don't like asking for help. That's what it is. Like I hate grabbing a person.
I'm with you. Yeah.
I just don't like to do it. I find it mortifying. It's scary to me. So I go to the section. I find the vacuums. I find the Roomba. I go to grab it, and it's got like a lock on it, like a tether to the aisle.
Oh.
And so I was like, oh. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to get an attendant. And so I go to an attendant, and I'm like, hey, I need to get the Roomba. This Roomba, I want to buy it. Can you unlock for me? And they're like, oh, yeah. You just go up front to the checkout, and then you're going to tell them what you're buying, you're going to pay for it, then someone's going to come unlock it, and you're going to take it home. And I was like, oh, okay. No reason to question that's not how it works.
Yes.
So they said it with all the authority in the world. So I went to the checkout counter, and I got in line, and it was also a long line checkout.
Oh, no.
And I was sitting in the line, and people kept going, sir.
Are you...
Yeah. Self-checkout is open. I'm like...
I know what I'm doing.
I need to talk to this person. And
they're like, no.
And I don't have anything in my hands.
So they're like, this moron.
Nothing in my hands. I'm just standing in line like, I'm going to take out to this checkout person, dude. So I get into the checkout lane and I finally come up and they're like, hey, what can we do for him? I'm like, hey, yeah, I want to buy a Roomba. And they're like, yeah, go get it. No. And I was like, well, they told me that I should tell you and that I'll pay for it. And they were like, who said that? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know who said that.
One of your employees.
One of the people who work here, obviously. And I'm like, oh, the guy behind me. No. Yeah. And so then they're like, okay, interesting. Hey, can you get somebody up here? And I'm like, oh my gosh. And so they're like, sir, can you get out of line? And so I get out of line. And some manager goes, hey, is everything okay? Can we help you? I'm like, yes, I just want to buy a Roomba. Like, I just want to buy the vacuum, please. And they're like, okay, which one? And I'm like, the one over there. And they're like, well, let's go get it.
And you just walk back.
And so we walk back in total silence because I'm like, what the frick is happening right now? I just feel like I'm in another. Are you following me? Like that this is weird. And so we walk back and I'm like, I don't understand. This is all just so weird. And they're like, is that the one? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, okay. And they go pick it up and start walking and it yanks. And they're like, that's not supposed to be there. And so just for perspective, this person the entire walk just thought I was the biggest idiot ever and waited, like was wanting someone to come and pick this up off the aisle for me.
And they quickly realized.
And they're like, oh, it's locked. And they're like, okay. Let's go back up to the front. So then we walk all the way back up to the front.
Gosh.
And they get on, they're like, hey, like, I need the keys to get this thing unlocked. And they're like, no one knows what we're even talking about.
Roombas
what are you
locked?
talking about?
What?
A lock? What? And I'm like, I just don't, what is happening right now? Anyway, so the person comes and we walk back over to the Roomba and they're like, I don't have keys for this. This lock that is in the store, I don't have keys for it. And I was like, okay.
How did you royally mess this up? Not you, like them.
And so the person's like, I'm going to try and find someone with keys. So I'm sitting there with two other Target employees. And
waiting?
Yeah, waiting. And they go, you really want this thing, huh? It's like, no, I don't. I actually don't anymore.
Piss off.
I could not care less at this point. I would rather just vacuum myself for the rest of my life than ever endure this, because the entire time I'm just so embarrassed, even though it's not even my fault.
You really...
But I just like was so uncomfortable because it just nothing was going according to plan. I didn't know what was going on. I felt like they were kind of making it out to be my fault. I feel like I was inconveniencing every person we came across. So finally, someone comes and they're like, yeah, I got the keys to this. So also, this is a guy not even wearing a Target uniform. This is a guy in a Captain America shirt who comes up and he has keys and he unlocks it and he goes, there you go. They hand it to me. Awesome. I walk up to the front.
And pay for it.
And I get in line again and they're like, oh, I found the Roomba, huh? I'm like, shut up. We get on, I put it on the thing and it comes across and the lady's like, oh, I don't have the keys to unlock the sensor. Sir, will you get out of line again, please? So I had to get out of line again. I haven't even paid for the dang thing.
Oh my God.
So they're like waiting and people are just trying to unlock the sensor over and over and over again. And I'm just like, I mean, it's turned into 45 minutes.
This is the worst
experience. It's been 45 minutes and I'm over it. I don't even care. And they finally unlock it. I finally pay for it. I take it home. It's broken.
Oh,
it's
no
used.
way.
It was used. It had a dustbin full of freaking vacuumed up stuff from another house. It didn't even work.
So it was returned.
It was returned.
That's crazy.
And Sarah goes, you're going to have to take it back. I'm like, I'm never going back, so you have to go. I'm not... Look,
stepping foot in that store
I put everyone through that, and I put everyone through that, and not even before shift change, I'm going to come back and return it? Heck no. So my wife had to return it for me. Because I just refused to go back, because I was just so like, I hate this. I don't like what's going on. That's what comes to mind as being pretty embarrassing, funny. And none of it's even my fault. I just was mortified. That's
hilarious. Which Target was it?
The one on across from the mall.
From the mall. Have you been back since? Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh, that's awful. Why would it be locked up if it was used? That's crazy.
There's a lot I don't understand.
For them to make you seem like...
They treated me like...
You really want this, don't you?
Yeah, they were treating me like I was nuts. And I was just... And it's one of those things when I was thinking back, I was just so embarrassed because they just thought I was such an idiot in the beginning. And then it was
Looking back, it's like infuriating.
And then it continuously like... They were treating me like I was the biggest inconvenience ever. It was just whatever.
Wow. That's hilarious.
You got another one?
Was that your last question?
I've got a few more jotted down, but...
I've got one more.
Okay. I can go after you.
If we were in a desert and a snake bit me on my long neck.
We're not doing this.
I'm just kidding.
I'm not doing
That's not
this.
my last question.
I will let you die. I will let you die. Or
You're saying you wouldn't?
I will break your back.
What?
I will break your back and
Doing
let you
what?
do it. I will snap you like a folding chair and let you take care of that problem yourself. Here's what I would do. Here's what I would rather do. I'd rather cut it off. I'd be like, Brandon, you're really not gonna make me do this. So either I'm gonna heat this knife up in the fire and we're gonna cut it off, or you're gonna die. So you can just pick.
Wow. That says so much about our relationship.
You'd only lose 2 inches. You'd still have a solid 8.
Yeah, I could take to lose a couple.
You could be circumcised.
Whoa, let's not put that
like cutting a hot dog wiener.
Oh my God. That is not my actual last question.
Oh, thank goodness.
I've got one locked and loaded, so you give me your other questions that
My question is, if you were on a desert island, what celebrity would you want to have with you in order to survive?
Bear Grylls.
There you go. Nice. Now, will he be able to survive? Would you have full faith in that, like without a hotel there for him to sleep in? Or McDonald's to eat?
Yeah, Bear Grylls.
I just imagine he'll be like, all right, so here's what we got here. All right. He's not Australian. I don't know what I'm doing. He's British.
He's British, yeah.
Yeah. He'd be like, what we're gonna do is we're gonna like drink our urine, and you would like be like, all right, cut. And you're like, cut what, Bear? There's
no one here.
There's no one. Stop talking fiendish, people.
It's you and me. I'm not drinking your piss.
He continuously like tries to help you survive, but he like turns to nothing and like narrates.
Bear, what are you looking at?
What are you talking about? We're gonna die.
You need to amputate my legs. Stop looking into a camera.
I know. It's like, well, we're not gonna really do it. Just to simulate. I'm like, this is real. Yeah, that's probably a bad pick.
That is a bad pick, yeah.
I saw somebody play some game similar to this, and they said Donald Trump, and they said why, and they went probably because that would be the first person to get rescued if they went stranded. Like everyone would look for the president. I'm like, that's smart. Probably not a bad move. Just always take the president with you because you're probably gonna get found.
That's funny.
Anyway,
I was just the first Survivor person. I'd probably take. Have you ever seen Survivor Man?
Yeah.
I don't remember that guy. I'd probably take him. I don't know. Would he be considered a celebrity? I mean, he's got his own show. I guess you can kind of count him.
So I have a pick other than Tom Cruise.
Oh,
sorry. Other Bear Grylls. I was gonna say.
As you said Tom Cruise, I was like Tom Cruise. Why did I not pick him?
I was gonna say other than Bear Grylls. I was gonna say Tom Cruise because the relentless possibility. Tom Cruise is getting off that freaking island.
Oh, absolutely.
Tom Cruise is surviving. That's the guy you need with you. He is not giving up. He's like, no, we're freaking doing this.
We're gonna build a paraglider.
Yeah, we're gonna
from freaking bamboo leaves.
Absolutely. We're gonna rope those 2 trees. I'm gonna slingshot ourselves to the next island till we make it home. Some sort of like I need that type of like relentless. Like that Ethan Hunt relentless pursuit.
And that's just who Tom Cruise is as a person.
Absolutely. So Tom Cruise would be the person I would want.
Oh, man, yeah. Oh, that's a great answer. Oh, man. Did you have any other ones?
No, that's it. That's all of it.
Okay. Less fun. Actually, more serious related to movies. So, you know what I watched this weekend? I caught up on The Accountant 2 finally. And you know what I thought about after watching The Accountant 2? Is John Bernthal's filmography the most slept-on filmography of all time? Think about the movies that he's been in.
Can you rephrase that, please? I don't really know what you're asking.
So, John Bernthal has been in a lot of movies.
Yep.
A lot of top-tier movies.
Yep.
He's very popular right now. But if you look at his filmography, like, let me rephrase it this way. Is he like the most slept on current actor based on the movies that he's been in?
I don't know how you could say that because he's not slept on, though. But here's what I think you're asking. Does he have such a wide, he has a broad, like, character playing ability, but he can't, like, he can play a lot of different roles extremely well. Ford versus Ferrari, King Richard.
In King Richard, he's so different.
Exactly.
But he's still very good.
He gets typecasted in a super similar role in a lot of similar projects where he plays the same person. So people would almost feel tempted to say he's one note and can only do one character.
Yes.
But that's not the case. So I don't know. Is that what you're kind of getting at?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so
like
it's
he
impressive.
does very different roles.
I agree.
And a lot of times it's a very small role. It's not like a main leading. It's not even like a main supporting cast. Like it's just like a few scenes. He's kind of like just pops in, but he crushes it and he kills it every single time. And he does very different things across a lot of movies. King Richard is, I think, the best example. He plays like this very likable, very fun person, very caring, but he still kind of has like that John Bernthal kind of suave to him. And he's not like Punisher where he's just like kicking butt. And yeah, he does a wide range. I mean, he's in Sicario. He's in Fury. He's in King Richard. He's obviously in the Accountant movies, but yeah, he just does a lot of different things and he does them all incredibly well. And in this one, I was like, yeah, in the Accountant 2, he's kind of playing his typecast, but he kills it. Like he does it to the best of his ability and he brings it. And then I was like looking back at his filmography and I'm like, dang, this guy's got such a wide range of movies that he's in. Small roles, but he crushes it every single time. Yeah, and I think people forget how good he is in all of these really A-tier movies.
Yeah, I think people want to almost call him like Ryan Reynolds when Ryan Reynolds is, or Dwayne, or The Rock, or Jason Statham, where they play the same character in a lot of different movies.
Yeah.
But
but he's not.
That's just not the case. I mean, I will give you, there are plenty of movies where he does play a similar character, from John Bernthal's Punisher to especially Accountant 2. And I've heard Amateur, it's very similar as well, because he's in The Amateur.
Yes. Yeah.
So that would be the case, but you're not thinking, people aren't thinking long enough about that, because he has plenty of other things to point at where he crushed it in a lot of different types of roles.
Yeah.
Where he's very much proven his acting. Well, that's not a good example.
I think it's a good example because Baby Driver, yes, he's leaning into kind of
but that's a similar
stoic, but he's leaning almost more like gangster than he is like soldier. That's what I kind of. That's how
Wolf
I
of Wall Street, same character. It's not a good example.
I haven't seen Wolf of Wall Street, so I wouldn't know.
Same guy.
It makes sense.
Super similar.
Not the
same.
Another crazy film on his
but I was gonna
docket, though.
Right, you made me think about that, and I was gonna say Wolf of Wall Street, but that is a little bit more leaning into the brute, like up front, in your face type of acting he does. But I love it. I just love. I
love John Bernthal.
Yeah, love him.
I love him. Like
he's killing it.
I think he is one of my favorite actors.
He has a big acting background. He studied acting in Russia.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just watching this. I was like, dang, this guy's good. Like, in a movie that's pretty B tier, I would say, fun action movie, he just brings it, though. Like, I mean, we can talk a little bit about The Accountant, because you've seen it. I'm a little behind on it. I don't have that much that many interesting things to say about it. But I'm like, even in a B tier action movie, like, he just crushes it. Like, he does such a good job. He's got charisma. He sells all of his action sequences very well. He's just a really good actor.
Yeah.
What did you think of The Accountant 2?
I think the beginning is beyond slow and just absolute trudge fest. And then when John Berthel gets on screen, it's very fun.
It's great, yeah. I could watch 2 hours of them in a gunfight together any day of the week.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just fun. It loses a little bit of the DNA that I loved about the first one. It has moments with Ben Affleck, Chris Wolf, but it just loses a little bit of the uniqueness and feels a little bit more just action flick.
Yeah.
So I was like a little disappointed, but I think it's probably in like the 6 to 7 range out of 10. So it was still a fun time. Has some good moments. But yeah, you're right. Probably the first third of this movie, I was like, gosh, I'm not enjoying
the dating.
This. Oh my gosh.
So stupid.
Did not make
honestly the John Bernthal like phone call thing.
Oh my
funny
gosh.
But weird, out of place.
I didn't think it was funny. Like when they
thought
flipped it and I knew what they were doing, I was like, oh
no,
okay.
The reveal is like, oh, that's not that great.
Yeah.
But
you mean like the lead up, like where he's like talking to the mirror?
Yeah. I'm like interesting.
That's good.
Yeah. But it's acted well, but it just doesn't fit. And then I love all the stuff when he's like at the table with the girl trying to have a conversation, eating ice cream. And then he gets up. He's like, well, have I done anything to make you think I'm going to hurt you? And then he gets up, walks out, and there's just bodies everywhere.
Yeah. That's
pretty funny. But yeah, it's definitely less nuanced. And try not to get canceled. I think the Ben Affleck's performance in the first one as Christian Wolf is super nuanced.
Yes.
And very handled with a lot of care.
Yeah.
And then in this one, I feel like Ben Affleck had just watched Love on the Spectrum, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna be Tanner from Love on the Spectrum."
Yeah.
So there are moments when they draw it in, but they
use that.
It's a little less. It feels kind of offensive. Like at times, it feels a little like on the like. Kind of out of the range of like play. It's different. They're different.
In the first one,
they're acted completely different.
Yes, because in the first one, Ben Affleck is using it and it's very relevant to the character as the accountant. And what's different, I think, about this one and the other one is in the first one, he's using the going through the company financials and it's used very well. And this one they try to do it with like the dating.
I got it.
Doesn't
work.
It
is. In the first accountant movie, they use they use Christian Wolf's autism as a superpower.
Yes.
In the second one, it's more used for a joke.
Yes.
For comedy.
Comedic.
And that's what I don't like. I don't like. It doesn't feel like in the first one, it's like the reason this guy's as efficient as he is because of this.
Yes.
And it helps him out in a lot of ways. Now, there's downfalls. I get that. You sacrifice on the social aspect and whatever.
And they really lean into that in the first one, though. Yeah. I mean, the scenes where he's
awkward and not sociable and
rolling his leg and listening to loud music, and they really lean into that.
And then in this one, it's purely almost played for a joke. Like you could take it out. It doesn't really help the story, other than like him fixing the puzzle, but we don't even really see that. So it happens off camera. Yep.
Other times
he could just be smart.
Yes, absolutely, yeah, or like a good detective, because like it's used in the dating scene about like building the algorithm. It's used when him and John Bernthal are at the bar. You know what I mean? Like they're playing into it, but it's all as a joke. Yeah, the only time it seems like it's relevant to the story is when he's piecing together all the pictures and the puzzle. Other than that, that's really it.
Yeah.
So that's why I say it doesn't have quite the DNA that the first one had. So I was a little disappointed, but I mean it will be a forgettable action movie, unfortunately. But Ben Affleck and John Bernthal together are fantastic. But
you ready for the surprise segment? Mm-hmm. So bringing this more into play. I have trivia for you.
Ooh,
I have trivia for you. And here's what we're gonna do.
Let's be gentle.
I know. I'm gonna ask you 13 trivia questions.
Okay.
And the reason is because there has to be an over/under. If you get majority of them right, no point. Majority of them wrong.
I like that
point.
I like it.
So there's no tie. There's no get it. There has to be an over/under.
I just have to get more right than wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want 13? You want me to do 9? Or 11. Let's do 11. Let's just do one outside of 10. So let me find number 10 real quick. So
what are these about?
Your favorite movie of all time? Interstellar.
All of them are?
All of them are Interstellar.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Some of this is easy pickings, but I'm curious some of it will stump you. I'm not going to ask you something if I think it's stupid or that you'll never get.
Oh man, I gotta think through.
Ready?
All right.
Why does Murph get in trouble at school in Interstellar?
Because they were teaching that the moon landings were not real, that they were just propaganda.
Yep.
She brought one of those old textbooks. 1 for 1, baby.
Where do the coordinates lead Cooper and Murph to?
I guess you could say like a off the grid, like NASA black site.
Nailed it. It said NASA, and I was like, I don't know if you're gonna get there, but okay.
Because they say in the movie like, we're NASA. He's like, who are you? He's like, we're NASA, and then it opens up. Oh, it's so good.
Here might be a toughie.
Okay.
What is the condition of Earth at the beginning of the movie? There's a very specific term used, and that's what I want. I want the very specific term for the condition of the Earth. What's causing everything? What do they call it?
A blight?
Nice. Dang.
Yeah, because it's the, you see like all the older people. Mm-hmm. It's a blight, dust rolled over. Yeah.
What language is the dust pattern in Murph's room written in?
Binary.
Dang, dude. I did not think. I thought Murph.
You underestimate me.
I know. You're crushing it.
Yeah.
Dude, I might jump around too. I was gonna do the first 6 on this list, but I'm gonna have to, because you just nailed 4. So I'm gonna find 2.
That's fine.
How long did it take to get to Saturn?
To Saturn, it took. I don't know if I'll be specifically right. I think to get to Saturn, it took, is it like 2 years?
Dang it. That's right.
Let's go! The only thing I didn't know of is if it was like a certain month or whatever, like 2 years and 3 months. I knew it was 2 years. Let's go. 2 years. 2 years of Saturn. Yeah, because Tar says 2 years of Saturn.
There's no way you're going to get that.
Hit me.
No, I think it's way too hard. Sure, why not?
What? I mean, I'm on a roll. I don't mind. Throw it. I mean, if I don't, it's fine.
Whose planet do they visit first?
Edmonds.
This could be wrong. This has Miller.
No, that's right. It's Miller. Miller's is a water planet. They have the choice between Edmonds and Man. She has an attachment to Edmonds, but they make the choice to go to Man, so it's right. I got it wrong.
All right, you're
Miller,
5
though.
up, 1 down.
All right.
But if you get one more right, you're clear. So I won't ask you any more after that.
Okay.
There's no way.
Dang, that actually pisses me off because that's an easy one to me, I think.
What did man... I don't like that question. Sorry, I'm gonna... How old is Cooper when he wakes up, according to the doctor?
When he wakes up
At the end of the movie.
Of the movie?
They say a very specific name.
Is he like 96?
No.
How old is he?
It says 124.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I can't remember that one. All right, so I'm 5-2. Dang. Yeah, that's a very nuanced one.
I don't really know. These are all going to be so obvious.
What actor played Dr. Man?
Do you want a science question?
Sure. Is it referenced in the movie?
Yeah.
Sure.
Which of Newton's laws says for humans to get anywhere, they have to leave something behind?
Oh, Newton's laws? Get somewhere, they have to leave something behind. Oh, that's tricky. I don't know. I was hoping you would ask me something about relativity. Newton's law. I can't remember which one is.
You should just take a guess because you might nail it.
Is it? Well, I don't know if I would know what the law's name is, but is it Newton's fourth law?
No.
Okay. Third law. Dang it. All right, 5-3. I mean, I'm asking for it. So.
What percent of Earth's gravity is on man's planet?
Dang, that's so tricky.
That's just like trivia. I mean, obviously it's trivia.
It's less gravity. I know that.
You're on to something.
It's less. I'm trying to remember. When it comes to like percentages of gravity, is it like Earth's gravity is 100%? Is that how it's? I'm trying to remember.
Say what you're thinking, and I would give it to you if you say it on the low. If you either say the gap or you say the amount. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you say the gap in between them, I'll give it to you.
I think it's like 80%.
Nailed it. That's good.
Let's go.
That was awesome.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Critical thinking.
In the
critical
clear.
thinking on the fly.
In the clear.
Man,
Nailed that.
That's
awesome.
fun. I actually did better than I thought.
like I did not think I had just seen the movie. You've seen the movie more than I have, but
I've seen it a lot.
I feel impressed. So.
Wow. Was there any on that list that were like crazy hard that you were like, nah?
Like, I mean, there's a lot of science questions.
Yeah.
Like, what's this law? What is the definition of this law? But they do pertain to the movie.
Yeah.
The other one that I thought was just a little much. What song by Queen describes events in the movie very well? Which I have no idea how that applies, but that was one of them. And then,
that's weird.
Did you know how long days were on man's planet? Matt Damon's planet?
Oh, how long days are on man's planet? I was thinking Miller. Oh yeah, he says it there. It's longer than Earth's days. Is it? I'm gonna throw out a guess. 32 hours.
No, 67.
67.
Do you know what Plan B is? That's the only other one I thought was like.
It's the Well, plan A is get everyone off planet. Okay, plan B is the embryos.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
So whatever planet they colonize, embryos.
On it.
Bye-bye, Earth.
On it.
That's fun.